live in 3 and 2 and okay, we are live. It appears. Hello, friends. Welcome to another
Hello.
episode of the SidePod. Everybody say hello.
What's
Hello.
up, babe?
Yes.
Uh,
Okay, guys. So we have to address the elephant in the room. The fact that
or
there
rather,
is
the one who is not.
Yes, we have to address the fact that there is no Sherazad Shroff here. But she has, to her credit, sent us a video from wherever she is, and we would just like to play that video for you all. In the meanwhile, please smash a like. I'm just loading the video in. This is the video that Sherazad Shroff has sent. I will play it for you right now.
I left Mercedes for these bottle jobs. I am done. I can't watch this washed Hamilton crawl around in red. For the love of God, just retire or go race in IndyCar. This team is a joke. I regret every second of my support. Ferrari, you have ruined me. And Leclerc, only thing good about you is your dog.
Wow. It's a pretty damning indictment over there from
Yeah,
Sherazad
kidding.
Shroff.
Broke Sherazad
My
Shroff.
God.
Yes.
Broke Sherazad
Wow.
Shroff. It's
Too
happened
much.
finally.
But you know, guys, we thought that this is too much and she's being too harsh. So through the miracles of AI, we've managed to get a proper sort of, politically correct message out of her.
Yes.
And I'm just going to, our editor has done a great job in getting,
And
Superb.
actually very
Just
good
so
job.
that there
It's
are no hard feelings and all.
and it's so convincing, the work that they do with
It's
AI.
crazy. Yeah. Like, it's
Dude,
unbelievable.
It's coming for our jobs.
Yeah.
like, oh my God.
Hi guys, I'm sending in a video because I know these boys are going to tell you that I'm not there because of the double disqualification. That is not true.
Very good,
I'm in
yeah.
Bhutan on a road trip and I have terrible network, so I will not be joining tonight's stream only for that reason. Because I have a lot to celebrate. Lewis won the sprint. He qualified on pole for the sprint, so it was bit of a mixed weekend for us. But I'll see you guys next week.
All right. Chalo, it's good.
Okay,
good
but
that
this
we got
second
that.
person sounds nothing like Sherry.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only
Like
Totally
thing.
the way
uncharacteristic.
the way Sherry says can't is
yeah.
absolutely 100%. Shout out to
Race
Amanat.
itni, this is just shout out. Remember, lesson to all fans. Race itni buri bhago कि अपने fan Bhutan भाग जाए.
Oh man.
Crazy.
But where to begin? I mean, there's a lot of for a race that was reasonably boring, there was still fair
Yeah.
amount of incident.
Yeah, the
All
thing is,
things
everything
considered.
happened after.
Yeah. Yeah. Either before Sunday or after Sunday. Although a most
Yes.
exciting bits, like the sprint race was actually fun,
Yeah.
but Sunday was boring as hell. And
yeah.
Sunday evening was great. Yes.
But guys, we need to start
Depending on which
this.
side of-
We need to start this episode with a sincere apology. Sorry, Checo Perez, we were wrong for all the jokes we have made against you. We
I
are so
join
sorry.
you in this apology 100%. 100% I join you in this apology. If you want to come to our house
Yeah.
and throw chairs and demand that we leave the country, it would in this case be justified.
Yes.
We have wronged you greatly.
Insulted you
Greatly.
too far.
Insulted you too far. You were basically another Max. Like you were
Yeah.
out driving that
Oh
car
my
so
God.
much, my friend. Oh my God.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Oh my God.
There are
Okay.
And you know,
already
Liam
rumors
Lawson is
circling.
not here to make friends and he's not here to win also.
Yeah. Win?
Yeah.
Not here to get
He
points.
is just here
He's
for
just
now.
here.
So like
but,
the meme game after that was like so good. So I
Oh
saw
my
this like
God.
really funny meme which was like Liam Lawson, maybe I am here to make friends. You know? You
Oh
know?
man.
Yeah.
Also, guys, a second heartfelt apology once again for 2 weeks running to Tire Master Stroll. For my God,
Bro, that
if
is
I
the-
ever get a massage in my life, I want a massage the way Stroll has massaged those tires. My
the
God.
main
Amazing.
thing, literally one of the only, like I've made like 2 notes, okay, for the entire race. That's how boring it was. I have a grand total of 2 notes. Basically, one is, I guess this is Alonso's last season.
Yeah.
One
Yeah,
note is, I
yeah,
guess this is
totally.
his last season. Like he was just
Yeah.
done. Second
So
of all,
sad.
Did you see that amazing moment where the two cars behind him just expected Stroll to pull
Yes.
over? Because
Yeah,
usually
yeah.
they only see him when they are lapping
Yeah.
him.
Like,
And
blue
then
flag
they had
hoga,
this moment
tera
of,
baap
oh,
chal.
wait, shit, he's actually here.
We're racing
He
him.
doesn't
Yeah.
have to move out. What?
Yeah. Crazy.
But also,
Yeah.
like, I think he gave us that, like, probably the moment of the race was just Norris coming out, Russell going around, and Stroll just casually parked there, but
Parked
also
in between.
racing for some reason.
Yeah.
Racing hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something that Lance Stroll and Max Verstappen have in common is that they have contributed 100% of their team's points for the season so far.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
shit.
yeah.
It's true.
Totally.
It's true.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is
So,
absolutely
guys,
true.
It's like,
is
what does that
Stroll
say
the
about-
guy to take the
Yeah.
second seat at Red Bull? Do you think he can end the curse?
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah,
but
crazy.
okay, so let's go. Where should we start? Let's start with McLaren. Let's get the boring performance, whatever, out of the way.
Oh, look at
winning
you
the race.
achieving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well, you know what?
Look,
Actually,
on-
let's go back to Saturday,
Yeah.
right?
Saturday,
exactly,
yeah.
yeah.
I kind of feel
Like
like the
iconic
story of
shit,
the-
at least. Like,
I
if
mean,
nothing-
Friday, in fact,
Friday,
the fact
yeah,
that
Friday.
both
Started
the
there.
fact that both McLarens bottled their sprint quali.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, like Lando, again, some mistakes happened in the sprint race as well. So I feel like obviously they turned it around on Sunday, but on Friday and Saturday, it wasn't looking like sure, on Friday afternoon after practice, everybody was like, yeah, this is McLaren's weekend or whatever. Then
Yeah.
qualifying came, then the sprint race came, and it didn't look like
Dude, I
the
think by Saturday
at all.
evening, like
Yeah.
the Ferrari hopium was at the highest it's been
Yeah.
in like years, right? I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Though, yes, absolutely, like iconic imagery as well.
Yeah,
Not
absolutely.
like, I mean, credit where it's due. It was like a spectacular qualifying and a spectacular race.
Yeah,
and there was
yeah.
just something about a sort of Lewis and Max front row
Yeah.
as well.
And they
for
did that
sprint.
beautiful ghost car graphic as well, right?
Yes.
What an
Very good.
incredible graphic that they posted on their social media. So good. If you
Yeah.
can go check it out, it's on
Superb.
Formula One's Instagram account. It's got the ghost car comparison of Max and
Yeah.
Lewis. Spectacular.
Yeah.
Looks like
So-
a video game. Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
exactly. Yeah. So like we in sim racing we use the ghost cars to see where we are losing time to
Time.
people who are faster than us. But it's super cool. But also, I mean, for me now, one of the things is just like Max specifically. I don't know what it is, but whenever Max is like that last car on track. And you just feel you see that one purple sector show up and you're like,
Oh,
fuck,
yeah.
how the fuck does he do it every time, man? How is
Even
he
on
doing
Sunday
this?
at the end of the race, it looked like he was going to get the podium.
Yeah,
Yeah, like by
Yeah,
the
yeah,
end
yeah.
of the race, he was like pulling off like really fast laps on that hard tire and everything. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that guy is seriously
for me, like I
outperforming
think
the
one
car.
of the most exhilarating guys to watch, like qualify.
Oh,
a
100%.
race car.
Far and away.
And
Far and away.
also George Russell, by the way, Mr. Saturday
Yes.
continues his reputation and is Mr. Sunday also,
And
guys.
Mr. Sunday, you know what?
Yes.
He's stepping up at that seat. He's stepping up.
Dude.
Like if they're doing something right, he's
I
stepping
told
up
you
in
it
a
was
way.
giving
Yeah.
Russell, guys.
It was giving Russell. Oh.
He
Hey,
will be.
I said it was giving Piastri, buddy.
Fair point. Guys, I am telling you now, my prediction is Russell wins title, first ever F1 champion to win title without winning race.
Without winning a race. Yeah. This is what happened in MotoGP in 2020, where the world champion ended up being Joan Mir from Suzuki. And I think he just won one race that season. But he was just so
Okay.
consistently always like fifth place, fourth place, third place, second place, all of that. And he ended up winning the championship. And to be fair, we should start taking Russell seriously as a championship contender, even after just the first two races, because
Yeah.
he has ended up with two podiums,
Yeah.
in two
Yeah.
races.
Yeah.
So, which is like
Yeah, nicely in the
insane
mix in
given-
third
yeah.
place on in the table. Also, just what couple of points behind Max at this point.
And
Max,
again,
yeah, absolutely.
also while we're on it, well rookied Antonelli in the end also. Like,
Bro,
not bad.
100%. 100%. Though the most
Wait,
exciting rookie
driver
on
of the
Sunday
day. Wait, guys, driver of the day,
Driver-
Antonelli.
was
Why?
too generous.
What?
No,
what
that
is-
was very generous. I agree.
But why?
That was very generous.
Is there any logic
Yeah.
for this?
Maybe
knows?
Shelly
Maybe
had
some-
free time.
some Italian mafia, something, I don't know, like what happened or whatever. But
Okay,
like the
let's
most,
then flip it. Who was the driver of the day?
Ollie Behrman
Oh, Ollie
and
Behrman.
Esteban
For
Ocon.
sure.
Fair.
I mean, Ollie Behrman, every time the camera went to him, it looked like he was overtaking a car.
True.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I think he overtook Carlos Sainz 4 times during that race. Somehow, like, he was always overtaking Williams also, like,
Yeah.
yeah, but like,
And
he was
also
very
doing that
exciting to watch.
lovely switchback and using the traction and
Yeah,
Exactly,
making it
you
work.
know.
And the Ciao. The Ciao
Oh.
was
Oh
very
yeah,
He
nice.
did say,
Ciao.
yeah.
Twice he did
He did
Ciao.
say sorry
Yeah,
about it
twice.
later.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think
Arey,
the
he shouldn't
Ciao
say
and
sorry and
everything.
all.
I feel
know,
like
yeah.
you are allowed a little bit when at 300 kilometers an hour, like
Say what you will. Yes.
you know what,
Yeah.
say whatever you want, buddy. It's okay. It
Yeah.
doesn't count.
Yeah.
While on the rookies, man, Hajar, poor guy, can't catch a break. Racing
just
bulls
the
in general
curse.
cannot catch a break.
Yeah.
Like
They-
Yuki's wing just broke.
No,
Apparently.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
this
just
guys,
broke,
I was
yeah.
telling you all that
Yeah.
F1 cars now are getting weaponry inside. That Williams, they've devised this.
Yeah.
That the car
Acha.
behind gets so much turbulent air that the
Yeah.
wing breaks.
Wacky racer ho raha hai.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You see, they'll be dropping.
Yeah.
Didn't they do this? Did Albon sabotage the race last time and leave parts of his wing flying around? No, that was
Oh,
sorry,
yeah,
Bottas.
yeah.
That was Bottas's.
Bottas,
Was
yeah.
it Bottas's mirror or Albon's mirror? Wasn't it Albon's
Oh
mirror
yeah, in Qatar. On
Yeah.
the start finish straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
Yes,
sec, one
you
sec.
were there, you
Was
should
it
know.
I was there.
Albon's mirror? It was Albon's mirror, but Bottas went over.
Yeah,
it.
yes.
Oh,
yes.
That is what
yeah.
So
happened.
it was
I think.
Albon's
Yes.
mirror. So
Yeah.
so you're strategically leaving one
Really.
mirror on the track. You're
Yes, just one little.
Just one
Press K2 this time.
Yeah.
just extra turbulent air coming, which is incredible. The fact that
But they also
wing
made
just
like the most
broke.
fuck all strategy call. Like everybody
Very
who
bad.
did the two stop, like basically got caught out. Even Lewis went in
Oh, yeah.
on Sunday
Yeah.
with the two stop, and it
Was
just didn't
quite
work out or
unnecessary.
whatever. Totally unnecessary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Racing Bulls really fuck all strategy, and
Yeah.
given how well
Considering
they were
both looked
driving.
very
And they were
fast.
doing, yeah,
yeah.
that's what they were doing really well.
They
Guys,
looked
I
at
love them
par
on
at
Saturday.
Red Bull. Like,
And
Yeah.
pace wise.
yeah. On qualifying, they have the single lap pace as well, which is all credit to Isaac Hadjar, to be fair. You know, like,
Yeah,
you
full
can
on.
expect that Yuki Tsunoda is going to make the most of this vehicle, but like for Hadjar also to be there in the top 10 and consistently be quick, like, yeah, all credit to him. But then they got fucked over by the strategy, and that's what it ended up with. But on the the car looks fast. Like it's
Yeah.
a fast moving.
It looks equivalent to Red Bull in a lot
You
of
think they
places.
painted the wrong
100%.
car like by mistake? Like at the factory, just this one, like, oops. And
Dude,
that's
what
why
would Max
Lawson
do
is
in
struggling.
that car? If that car is anyway qualifying like P6, P7 or whatever, you can expect Max to take it to a P4, yeah? Like,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, but
you know,
then
like
the
that
fact
kind of
is, how is Lawson slower than the B team's cars,
Correct.
both drivers?
Correct.
Even if he's on a
Yeah.
B spec of the main team's car.
yeah.
And the fact that like he was just like, I couldn't get the tires up. You're like, okay, chalo, this happens one session, you can understand. But
Yeah.
I mean, surely they keep having
You-
these theories that the car is made for Max's style or
correct,
whatever.
correct.
Yeah.
But surely it can't be such a crazy style. And then if you are,
That clip has been popping up. I'm sure you guys have also seen
Yeah.
it, where Alex Albon is talking about being Max's teammate, and he makes a great analogy. He's like, look, when you're playing like video games and you turn the sensitivity of your controller the max,
yeah,
and every little move that you make ends up being extrapolated to 1,000. The mouse is going all over the screen or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, that is Max's normal. Like he is so
Yeah.
used to having
Max
such
is
a
like
sensitive...
8,000 DPI.
yeah.
Yes, exactly. Like he's like really, really hard sensitivity, and he's so used to sort of driving that. That clip had been resurfacing all
Yeah.
over now, especially because like you can see the trouble that Lawson is having dealing with the vehicle. He qualified last, guys. Like 2 races in a row,
Yeah.
he was last, dead last.
So
like
do
the
you
last
think
car on
this
the
is a
grid.
process where they're trying to now use Lawson to just develop the second car and be like, well, okay, we're starting from scratch and we're making this second car drivable for the second driver.
Dude.
Because the
Yeah.
the Max car nobody can drive. Like the fact
a
that
very
Checo, like
expensive
now,
strategy, dude.
it feels like that Jose Mourinho is saying that, finishing second with Manchester United was the greatest achievement of my life. I feel Checo is saying that now. Finishing second
With
in the
Red Bull
constructors, like winning a constructors championship with Red Bull is the greatest
Like
achievement
I
of my life.
wrangled that car home.
Yeah.
Somehow
Yeah,
wrangled it home.
exactly. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
does there are already rumors swirling about potentially Yuki coming in
Yeah,
Japan
like this
itself.
early. Yeah.
Yeah, but then should Yuki do it? Like, could he qualify better? Like, he's already so well placed in this vehicle,
I
like
think
in
may as
the
well now,
yeah,
right? What like listen,
yeah,
as an F1 driver, you have to be like, listen,
you want to go to the back.
I want
Dude,
to be at
also,
the
I
sharp
feel
end.
like your home crowd will be quite happy to see you like
Oh,
in a
100%.
Red
Yeah,
Bull,
yeah,
right? Like whatever you
yeah,
qualify,
yeah.
just see you in a Red Bull. I think they would not mind.
They would love it. Yeah, yeah. It would be a fond
But also,
farewell to
that would be
Honda
like a
also.
very knee-jerk reaction, guys. Like
But
Oh,
is it
totally.
knee-jerk if the guy has had three qualifying sessions, technically, one sprint, one race, one sprint, two races,
Two
and he's
races, yeah.
pretty much been the slowest car on track, including like Kick Saubers and everybody.
Yeah.
two
Yeah,
races.
like he
guys.
he
Out
was
of
only able to
24.
yeah, yeah.
Out
He
of
was only able to
24.
be ahead of the Saubers at the end of the race as well. So he didn't make that impact in the race either. Like I was
Yeah.
like, okay, at least like come up to okay, maybe not the points or whatever, but get ahead of like the back markers and things like that. But like he was
Yeah, just get into the
literally
points, you know.
points or something, So even the race pace was appalling. Having
Like-
said that, I agree with Rohan. It would be too knee jerk.
Like I'm just saying from
time.
a just numerical perspective, you want to give somebody,
Yeah.
say you gave them at least a fifth of the season.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
what are you saying then? Like
yeah.
It's like four
But I
races.
feel
because
like
okay, let me put it
Japan-
this way. Because let me put it this
Yeah.
way then. Now what happens if you put Yuki into the car and the same result replicates?
It
Now what?
happens, yeah.
Then you
Yeah.
get Hajar.
Just
Just keep throwing drivers at the problem.
or you make it like that show, The Masked Singer. There's a
Yeah.
Stig who comes in every race. You don't know who it is,
dude,
okay?
you
You don't know
never
who it
know.
is.
Yeah,
Only at the
yeah.
end
Oh,
of the
dude,
race,
that'd
they
be
reveal
great.
the vote. You get
Yeah.
to, and it could be anybody. Like it could be Jeremy Clarkson.
Yeah.
It
You
could
only
be
find out when that dude beats Max.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. You
Yeah.
only find out then, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would
shit.
absolutely work. It turns out that it's actually
a
Brad
great
Pitt from the
reality show.
F1 movie.
Yeah.
And it's the
Funny
ultimate
hands,
promo. Yeah.
bitches.
Amazing, yeah.
But yeah,
Man,
you just gotta feel bad for him, and I mean, just imagine you did all
I
of
think-
that, and the fact that
Yeah.
everybody was like, "Oh, Checo's washed, and now this new guy will come in," and he was getting the results last season in the other car, which is
Yeah.
what is like, I just
I don't
so
know.
hard
I
to
think maybe
explain.
Imagining
Japan-
Checo in like one like velvet bathrobe, like
Oh, yeah,
swirling one cognac, like watching at home.
Yeah.
Tequila.
With a
Yeah.
white cat on
Yeah,
his lap.
yeah, totally.
Man.
Though he does have more experience in Japan as a circuit, so maybe there is that. He doesn't have as much experience in Albert Park or in Shanghai. Japan is someplace he's raced in often, so maybe we can give him that. Having said that, the next three races are triple header. So we've got Japan, Bahrain, and Saudi back to back. So if they have to make a move, I would make it before the triple header, but maybe you don't make a move at all and give this dude this triple header and then evaluate after that if the
Yeah.
performances remain consistently shit.
Hey,
You know.
But since we are on the topic of making predictions for what will happen in Japan, Bahrain, and which was the third one you mentioned? Saudi. Yes. Friends, we have renewed our association very happily with GridMaster, which is Asia's first
My
F1 fantasy gaming app. Last year, they sent us, and by us, I mean me, the winner of
Us.
our SidePod league.
Us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Arjun, I'm telling you, if he wins again this year, you and I are going to that race separately.
Yeah.
And we
Separately,
will make
yeah,
sure whatever happens, we have a better time than Azeem.
Just you
By anyhow, I will, whatever
Yeah,
flex we have to
yeah.
pull, we will pull.
Well, yeah.
Okay,
Sure.
but what
Yeah,
we're
let's do
doing
it.
fun this time is, of course, last time it was everyone was playing for going off to Qatar, where they did send us to Qatar, and I had lots of fun. I got to see Albon's mirror live. Getting broken by Bottas and getting wedged under Lewis Hamilton's wing
Damn.
from turn
What a
one.
chapter of your autobiography.
Guys, how many times do you get to watch the team you support dropping a mirror on an F1 track? All right, and sabotaging five other
I'm
cars.
sorry. I just need to point out here just the difference in if this was a movie, Arjun's life story and your life story.
Yeah.
He caught Danny Rick's shoey shoe from Red
Oh
Bull.
wow.
You saw Albon's mirror.
Hey, listen,
Yeah.
few
Yeah.
particles of
These
the
are
mirror I
imploded.
breathed in, all right, when they
Yeah,
disintegrated. Thank you, Bottas. But what we're doing, and this is very cool, and you guys can sign up and be a part of this, is that we are starting. GridMaster has started private league. So we have, if you see over here, the private GridMaster and 442 league where everybody can sign up. You can get your first 100 rupees to participate for free if you use the get 100 code. Coupon code is in the description, and you can use the league code, which is also in the description. Join in. What makes this more fun and interesting is that the more people sign up, the more the prize pool is, and yes, there are cash prizes for taking part. So if we get hypothetically say 500 people signing up, then the prize pool could technically be up to 50,000, and the top 50% will get prizes. So please check it up. Check out the app. And I've also seen, by the way, I see now that they're also running contests for MotoGP and Formula E. So if you're taking part in those, you can do that, and you can also run your private league with friends if you like.
MotoGP, I can give you the inside line. Just bet on Marc Marquez winning the race and Alex Marquez
easy.
coming second. Yes,
Easy.
easy peasy. Just go for it.
So yeah, and also for me, the more important
That's
part.
just like everyone's going to get 2 rupees back with that strategy.
Yeah.
For me, the more important part is that we get to see excellent team names being made again. So please be
Yes.
innovative with your team names. I had done
Yes.
last week. I did Glock and Load, Checo Bell, Management Kota, Kola Pinto
Wow.
General Stores, Rat
Oh,
Baku,
Kola
Bat
Pinto.
Baku, Car Lost Signs, Lost Verstappen. Plenty of those. So
Another
please,
chapter of your autobiography.
yes.
Yes.
come on. Listen, Kola Pinto General Stores, I'm very proud of. All right.
You know
That
what?
was a
That's
classic.
fair. That
That
is
was a
poetry.
classic.
Straight up.
Yeah.
That is just.
Okay. So yeah, check it out. Participate. Please use the codes in the descriptions and sign up. You can download the app on the Apple Store and also the Indus Store. It's not on Google Play. It's on the Indus Store. You can check out the GridMaster.Live. I'll put the link in the description as well for people to download. And aajao maze karenge. We'll have a leaderboard that will update every week, and we'll see what's going on. We will also have our internal league going on. There is a chance. I've been told that they're going to be running off to Qatar again, and potentially again one of us. Could be
Yeah, Arjun
going
and
to
I are
Qatar.
going. Okay. You do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So yes, okay, cool. Chalo, back to the podcast, and please check out GridMaster and join our league. All the details are in the description. Yeah,
Another
there's
good
a
one
couple
that
of
I
super
saw,
chats as well. Sai Krishna.
Before we get to that one
Huh.
last meme on the whole Liam Lawson thing.
Hmm.
I saw another funny one. The second Red Bull seat is the real world equivalent of being the defense against the dark arts professor in Harry Potter.
Yeah, basically. That's pretty much what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. You know? Yeah.
That is
Oh,
pretty
man.
much what it is.
Sai Krishna
Yeah.
says slightly boring race, but great one for Haas. They look like
Yes.
fucking
Yeah.
rock stars. Also, credit to Albon for putting that Williams tractor on points. Hey, tractor and all don't call, okay?
Now,
It's
But
a
the
little.
Haas,
it's
given
a-
that they were dead last in Australia, dude.
yeah.
yeah.
They were the last underscore last
Turned
in
it around.
Australia. And here, like, massive props to Ocon. And obviously, they were helped by the disqualifications of the Ferraris.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, big turnaround. And just goes to show, again, like, maybe, this is the whole thing on the performance swings. Like, everybody even considered them the last team.
Yeah,
Like in this thing. And here they were, like, ahead of Williams. Which
Yeah, like
we
on
thought,
merit.
like, was the on
Yeah,
merit,
on
yeah,
merit.
yeah.
But
So,
also
fair to them.
insane that in the first two races, 9 out of 10 teams have scored points already, which is wild.
Sick.
I think
amazing.
Alpine is the
Except
only
Sauber.
team that hasn't scored yet
Alpine
because of I
Alpine,
think also Gasly getting disqualified. if he
DSQ,
had not,
yeah.
So Gasly was disqualified for which one? There were 3 separate things, no?
Underweight.
Underweight. Leclerc
Both him
was
and Leclerc were
underweight.
underweight, and Hamilton was plank wearing.
Plank wear,
Ah.
but fuck the 0.4 millimeter. My god, what vernier calipers they are using
I
to
swear
sit
to-
and calculate this is incredible.
Oh my god, that's some classic engineering. jokes
Manufactured by
there,
Mercedes.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
but do we now address the huge Ferrari in the room, where it started and where it went so horribly wrong?
Yeah, Saturday they looked like a totally different team. Like it was all like guns blazing. And then Sunday, gosh, what happened? Like it was classic Ferrari as well. They once again were like plan A, plan B, plan C -1, plan B
Yeah.
-2, oh, let him go on this corner. No, let him go on this corner. Like there was a lot of the classic
And Lewis is
Ferrari
all like, "Hey
bunglings.
guys, what's up? Give updates.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What's happening?"
Yeah.
And dude,
Why
like
you not talk?
Yeah,
both
literally.
both drivers of the same team getting done for different technical infringements
Yeah,
is huge.
that's
Like that
huge.
is some like very, you would expect like a newcomer team, chalo Cadillac racing in their first, race next year or whatever. I would imagine these kind of blunders. Like
This
for a
is
team like
like
Ferrari to
the
make that,
technical equivalent of like a brain fart, literally.
Yeah.
yeah, 100%.
And no
Like that is a
argument also, na? They're like, yeah, sorry, we messed
Nothing.
up.
Yeah, we did it.
These
Yeah.
are slam dunk ones, dude. Like these ones, like underweight and all of this kind of like technical infringements where you have to follow it to the letter of the law. We have seen every season we see one or two drivers getting
Yeah.
some technical infringement. They're disqualified from qualifying or something like that, because of things like this, underweight and stuff.
Yeah.
But like for both the drivers of the same team for that to happen, that's like incredibly rare. And I also know that like three drivers being disqualified on a technical infringement, that is even more
Yeah.
rare
Yeah.
in this thing. So like, yeah, obviously I think everybody got the underweight guys got caught out by the
Also,
strategy,
the one stop, yeah.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
and
one
also
stop,
just not
you
picking
know.
up enough rubber or whatever and just doing
Yeah,
the.
whatever and everything. Yeah, yeah. But like, yeah, first time since 2004 to have
Oh,
three cars
wow.
disqualified for tech infringements in one race. That's like 21 years ago, man.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah.
This feels like one of those where that epic spa race where they randomize the timer on the red lights, and then they found out at the start
Yeah.
that most of the cars had programmed the timer so that the drivers weren't leaving the clutch, the car was just launching itself.
Leaving the clutch. Yeah.
And you know about this, Rohan? That
No,
there was a
what?
particular race where the FIA started to suspect that these drivers are getting off to these amazing perfect starts.
Amazing.
Like they're
Okay.
timing the clutch to perfection. The moment the red lights go out, 0.0 reaction time, they're just going. And then one race, I think it was Spa, or I could be wrong, they decided to randomize the timing, and half the
Oh.
grid jump started and was like, hey, excuse me, bro, what? Hello?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That was
So that's why
Hungary,
even
I
when you
think.
do it
Yeah.
now, there's always a random delay
Correct,
after
correct.
the
It's a
5
random
lights
delay.
go
Correct,
out.
correct, correct,
Yeah,
correct.
yeah.
So yeah, but
Yeah.
it's very fun when these things happen. Also, like just everybody getting caught and you're like, oh, sub cheating kar raha tha.
Sub, yeah,
Correct,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
It's one of those things where it
Yeah,
happens
yeah.
and everyone looks at each other and starts laughing. Ha.
Like, hey, new
But in case of
new
Ferrari,
invigilator aa
yeah.
gaya.
Yeah.
But also the hilarity of Charles Leclerc broken wing Ferrari faster than fixed wing
Oh my
Ferrari.
God. Yeah.
You think
Broke
Lewis
it so
was
well, you
yeah.
fixed it.
You think Lewis was like, hey, mera pit stop mein ek hathoda maar so that I can also pass.
Yeah. And Lewis and him clashed in Australia as well. Maybe if that clash was
Yeah.
a little bit more, impressive, Ferrari would have a better race in Australia as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But actually the physics of it makes sense because the fact that the load on the left tire was so much that was what
Yeah.
was causing the wear. And now you've just
Yeah.
removed the aero from one tire,
One tire, yeah. Yeah.
which again the regulations don't allow you to have
Yeah.
less load on
Yeah,
one
yeah.
tire. So this is
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
You could see teams
Yeah,
just chancing
yeah,
it now.
exactly.
You just
like,
Just-
Yeah,
Yeah.
like multi 21 now is just
Yeah,
two
yeah, oops.
drivers just banging into each other slightly and then
Like
both-
now, no,
Yeah.
Adrian Newey at Aston Martin, no? Like you
Oh,
see,
yeah.
Yeah.
next year, like when Stroll and Alonso touch, like it'll be like Transformers, like strategic
Yeah,
parts
yeah.
will fall out. Like the cars will suddenly leap forward.
Amazing. Yeah.
And so there was that. Then also so I'm kind of bummed. The thing that I'm bummed about this season is that for all the, like 2 seasons ago, we were sold the promise of the ground effect cars are going to take dirty air out of the equation. And it's going to be easier to follow and all of that.
Yeah.
But that's completely gone because,
Yeah.
and I think right now, it's going to go back to sort of that era where Lewis was the dominant driver, where mainly you were making a qualifying car. where you're like, okay, if we
Yeah.
qualify up top and we get ourselves clean air, nobody is going to stop us. And I think we saw that with Lewis in the sprint. You get into clean air,
Yeah.
your deg reduces significantly. You saw it with Piastri as well. Just get the clean air.
But I agree with you on that, but I kind of feel that the margins between the teams is still minimal. Like, in that, yes, obviously the clean air is giving you that benefit, but it isn't like the rest of them are too far behind. Everybody just had like a 3 to 4 second gap. And that 3 to 4 second gap is the aero gap, that is there or whatever. So,
Yeah.
like, I feel like probably you're right, it over indexes on Saturday. Having said that, the Saturday margins are getting smaller and
fine,
smaller.
Yeah, very fine.
And that's because the competitive order is actually like quite competitive, like in terms of at least the first 7 drivers, that are there.
Before or
but I-
after disqualification.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to make some of the races like like your Hungaries and all of that. I think are just going to become like full snooze fests.
Snooze
Because
fest.
it's
Unless
just
it
going
rains.
to be one of
Yeah.
those deg and
Yeah.
dirty air races where you're like, okay, get your one pit stop, hope to get out
Done.
in front, and then it's done.
Yeah.
So because like even for instance when Charles was chasing Russell, like all
Yeah.
throughout, like he was just able to just about get through and nothing more than that. So unless
That's
you have
also like, that long sort of right-hander leading up onto the straight, like you could tell that the car in front
Yeah.
just gets the traction and then you're unable to stick around,
Yeah, so in a sense, it's almost like. Sorry, I had thought articulate this in my head, but now I've forgotten. God damn it, it'll come back to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, there was also super chat. सुमड़ी में कुमड़ी Russell says अपन रिक्शा चलाते जूस से बीकेसी 15 मिनट में करते हैं तो ये मर्सिडीज की अच्छी है.
Wow.
Yes.
Dude, say BKC in 15 minutes.
Wow, that's the dream.
That is the
truly
dream,
impressive.
bro. Wow. That
Who to
is
BKC
huge.
15 minutes, dude.
Wow.
You'll have to
Yeah.
invent a gigantic catapult.
Yeah.
A human cannonball.
Oh, that's literally the bit that I have written.
Yeah.
And released 1 month ago. Also, VR for 234 in the chat brings it up. But Max's overtake on Charles was so tasty. Like I think for me, like the best overtake I've seen at China ever. Like it's just
Yeah.
like, and also just because that turn 1 turn 2 section is so beautifully made as a racing just couple of corners, because
It's so painful, but like, it's
yeah,
like
but you can choose
so-
whatever line you
Which
want.
line?
You can do 1 apex, you can do 2 apex, you
Two
can
apex,
then you
yeah.
can choose which line you want to do. You
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
prioritize your corner speed. You
Plus,
want
if
to
you don't have
prioritize
a good
exit speed.
exit, you're in trouble at
At the
next
hairpin,
sort of
which
turn,
is
at the
amazing.
hairpin.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
such a
yeah.
great sequence over there. It's a great
Yeah.
track, Shanghai, actually. It's a really, really good track. It's just a pity
Yeah.
that there's so much of this dirty air and deg and all of that, which makes it.
I mean, Shanghai has given us some like really great races, but I
Oh,
can
yeah, of
also
course.
remember some really terrible races.
Yeah.
Like
Like
in
Shanghai,
terms of
like this one in
Shanghai.
the rain,
Yeah.
I think is always fab.
Yeah,
Random
yeah.
sprinklers.
Come on, let's go.
Random sprinklers, let's go.
2009 Chinese Grand Prix, I remember in the rain. I think that was Sebastian Vettel's first win ever.
Yeah.
And in the Red Bull, not ever. I think 2008 Monza was his first win, but that was a great race. I remember 2009 Chinese Grand Prix. For
Yeah.
those who haven't seen it, go and check it out. Very cool
Yes.
one.
Then we had Williams, who managed to get into the points, both cars this time. Albon also sticking around and having the entire guys, I'm very comfortable. I know what I'm doing. Just chill out.
Yeah.
I'm the most comfortable of any driver of all time.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the best
So
of them.
good. Yeah.
Like, oh,
I got this. Yeah, like it was really good. Yeah.
Oh,
Also,
but
happy
wait.
birthday to him, by the way.
Oh, yeah, it was his birthday as
Yeah.
well. Yes.
It was, yes, it was his birthday. And I also saw, I mean, obviously Azeem knows this, but like Williams have made in 2 races the entirety
Yes.
of the number of
Yeah.
points
Yes.
they made in all of last season. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
And are
good job
ahead
for
of
them.
Ferrari right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Or tied with Ferrari or something.
Or
Like,
tied,
they're on
yeah.
the same level of points as Ferrari, which is insane. Like, come on.
Yeah, but I mean, also
Yeah.
Sainz struggling to fully get to grips with the car. Also, I mean, it shows you how much how much time it does take to make that adaptation. Like, even though objectively you would argue that maybe science is as talented, if not more talented than Albon when it comes to like raw
100%.
pace,
Yeah.
but it
That's
takes
what I'm saying.
time.
Like some of these drivers who have come in as the second drivers, like Hajar, I really believe is like doing so well. Like Hajar and Hamilton are the guys who've like parachuted into new teams and are doing like
Yeah,
freaking amazing. Like in
yeah,
terms of like getting to grips with new machinery without much like this thing. Obviously, Hamilton, yeah, 7-time world champion. You would expect it and everything,
yeah.
but like, look, it's not easy. And same with Hajar as well. Like that kid, like Martin Brundle made a really cool comment on Saturday, I think, where he was like, look, you can, like, this kid has got pace and you can teach fast people how to control cars,
Yeah,
like how to be better
yeah,
on your tires or how to manage the strategy and everything. But you
yeah,
can't teach a slower guy how to get fast, like
Hmm.
that tends to be at this level much harder to do, which is kind of the situation that Lawson finds himself with, like where he's
yeah,
like establishing, like he's at the back of the grid, he's objectively slow. And for him to like, make those jumps up the grid is going to be much harder than it is for Hadjar, say, to potentially get better at race strategy and managing tires and things like that in this vehicle. So yeah,
yeah. I mean,
hats off to that
I
kid.
also found it very cool what I think DC said in the commentary, where he said that when I moved from, I think it was McLaren
McLaren
to
to
Red
Red
Bull,
Bull. Yeah,
I made Red Bull because also it was a new team, so they
yeah,
whatever they could do these things, and it
yeah.
wasn't a problem for McLaren to sell. But he's like, I made them buy the steering wheel software, so it was the
Oh
same
yeah.
steering wheel for me. And
Yeah.
like I literally dragged my seat and said, "This is my body shape. Please replicate this exact seat for me." So yeah, the fact of just like, I mean, it's one of those where you just sit after driving your car for whatever 5 years, and you sit in someone else's car, and you're like, "Bro, what?
Yeah.
How does anything
Yeah.
work?"
Work.
Like,
Yeah,
oh my
yeah.
God.
Dude,
Why
forget
is
car.
the
I have the
light thing
best
on this
analogy.
side?
No, I have the best analogy for it.
Mm,
It is
mm.
like you've taken a shower in your house for 5 years. You go to take shower in new person's house, and you're like,
Yeah.
how the fuck do these
Yeah,
taps
yeah,
work? How do I
yeah.
get correct
Geyser on
temperature
कैसे
of
करते
water?
हैं?
It's that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's correct. It's just getting that, finding that sweet spot of ये एकदम गर्म है but ऐसा scalding नहीं. It's that. It's that. It's literally that.
Yeah.
You're standing there in the shower going, what is K1?
Yeah. Oh man. We also, hey, Sukit Shiva says, thank you to guys, thanks to you guys for introducing me to Gridmaster. I've won the Off to Bahrain contest. Have been given the chance to see F1 live. Oh yes, I forgot to mention
Yeah,
that
Arjun,
they did
don't
one.
worry, we are going to go.
We're going, yeah.
We are
We're
going.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, but
Yeah,
they
yeah.
did do an Off to
100%.
Bahrain contest as well, which I think ended with the Chinese Grand Prix only. So hopefully they'll be off to Qatar as well. Hey, but Bahrain is a nice race to watch live.
हाँ तो
Nice,
जाना
good overtaking. अरे मेरे को जाने का है बट मैं फ्री नहीं है मेरे को जाने का मैं ऑस्ट्रेलिया से नहीं जा सकता अनफॉर्चुनेटली because Bahrain is one of the most accessible ones also for us.
Yeah,
So
that's
in
true,
fact
it is.
for
Yeah,
Indians, if
yeah,
you all
that's
are
right.
interested, Bahrain का और मिलता भी
Yeah.
है अच्छा ticket, like you get a decent like you still get grandstand tickets for a decent price, and the flights and
Yeah.
I checked last month, they were fairly decent. तो जाने का है
I'll
तो
call you, Arjun.
जाओ
Let's go.
Yes, I
Cool,
will.
man.
I will sit at Albert Park and watch a.
Yeah, we'll say, yeah, put on like a Vision Pro or something. FaceTime you.
Okay. Also, please smash a like, friends, if you're enjoying the streams, and please subscribe. Oh, by the way, we crossed and fully smashed the 5,000 barrier.
Oh,
Wow.
yes.
Thank
Thank
you, everyone.
you.
Yes,
We
and
appreciate
also
it.
very close, or if not already past the 10,000 barrier on Instagram. So please check out
Yes.
Must Lit
Yes.
Memes
Only
बना
thing
रहे.
that should be smashed is barrier.
Yes, as long as not Aramco barrier. Yes, and also not barrier while entering premises of other people.
Yes.
Which one should always respect.
Yes.
Yes.
But these are the words of wisdom, guys. that
These
we have
are
come
words of
to.
wisdom. Words.
Mm.
And we will add these to the words of wisdom.
Yes. See, like for instance, it is like how Charles Leclerc was told, stop clobbering the curb while entering the corner, and he said, "Nope."
Yeah.
This is what many people are doing.
Yeah,
That they are being
Yeah.
a curb that is not theirs to clobber. They are clobbering.
yeah.
This
You
is
should say
curbing of-
same nope to yes, curb your enthusiasm.
Curb your enthusiasm.
Oh man, but
But it was a very sassy race on the radio in general.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Lewis,
Like,
and
yeah,
again the
yeah,
Ferrari
yeah.
radio, like
Yeah.
from
Ferrari.
God.
from Santiago to
It was Santiago or San Diego?
San Diego.
San Diego,
I couldn't.
San Diego.
San
San
Diego.
San Diego?
I think.
Yeah. He was
What is
saying
the
it almost
what is
like
the
Anchorman,
significance?
Ron Burgundy.
Yeah.
Like he said that like, hey, where are we? And he's like San Diego or something like
Ah,
that.
because he said
Sort of.
San Diego.
Yeah. But it could be like how Ron Burgundy
Yeah.
pronounces San
Oh,
Diego.
by the way, did you see Bono calling Kimi Lewis?
Oh yes, totally. Like he
What?
Yeah, he called him
Yeah,
Lewis
yeah.
on radio.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
copy
Correct,
that.
correct,
Lewis. He was like, no, copy that.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Mm.
Yeah. So the
Sorry,
there
I
was
just
all-
got incredibly confused for a second because I thought Bono was at the race. I completely forgot for some reason
Yeah.
about Bono. I completely forgot about like Bonington.
Yeah.
And I thought for some reason at this race, Bono may have been present. And
Yeah.
while presenting something called, I'm so sorry. I apologize. It's been a long day.
Apparently, Stroll's race engineer said, "Watch for Stroll behind to Stroll." It doesn't make sense, but sure. There was also Lewis saying, "I will decide when we will pass. Okay, you don't decide.
yeah.
I decide."
Yeah. I'm the captain now. Yeah,
Mm.
totally. I feel like also the one thing we should, at least I'd like to talk about also, which is a very sad thing that happened just before this race
Yes.
weekend
Oh,
began,
yes.
which
Yes.
was like we lost Eddie Jordan.
Yes.
And for some of the
Absolute
younger,
character. Yeah.
for some of the younger kids who are watching this podcast, go and check out some of the lovely tributes that people have paid to him. But he was like an incredible character in
Oh,
Formula
yeah,
One
fully.
in like the early 90s. The P191, like the iconic, like sort of 91 Jordan is like one of the most iconic cars in Formula One. Like it has the lovely 7-Up branding, the green car with the blue wings. It's the car that gave Michael Schumacher his
exactly.
debut in 1991. Check out, I think Aditya Bhatt had made an amazing video about Bertrand Gachot, the driver who was had an incident and he was arrested by the police. And so, sort of Michael Schumacher had to be
Yeah.
parachuted in to take that spot. I mean, an amazing character, one of the few like sort of entrepreneur team owners.
Yeah, the
And not like somebody-
family
Yeah.
teams, like the
Yeah,
and that was
family
the era of
teams.
like your name
ex-
was the name on
Yeah,
The
yeah,
name of the
yeah.
team.
like
you
Haas
know,
is the only one we have left. Williams, they
Eh,
aren't part of it anymore.
Exactly, but Haas comes with racing heritage,
Yes.
and things like that. This was just like an Irish dude who was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
really into racing,
Yeah.
like an amazing sort of character. Like some of the like highlights of his career obviously have to be the 98 1-2 that he got in Belgium, Heinz-Harald Frentzen sort of winning that race. Amazing sort of
Oh,
Grand Prix. Again,
Frentzen, my God.
rainy
There's a
Grand
name.
Prix in Brazil. In
There's a
Belgium,
name.
yeah, exactly.
Dude, I
the
still
2000
remember like the Jordan team. For
Yeah.
me, the most distinctive was because they had the Benson and Hedges
Benson and
branding,
Hedges
which would
livery,
become
yes.
buzzing hornets
Yeah.
in the places
Yes.
where
Yes,
where it was not
totally.
allowed. Yes.
Super creative with the liveries as well, like some really iconic liveries. Again, like the 2003, like so again, the 98 Belgian Grand Prix again is one to watch. Check out the highlights, but
Yeah.
also the 2003 Brazilian Grand Prix, which is just one of the most iconic races, where it sort of reigned everyone from Michael Schumacher to like your top
Everybody,
drivers
yeah.
all crashing out down the, like I think it's turn 3.
Yeah.
It was called like the world's most expensive car park. I remember on commentary listening to it and everything. Kimi Raikkonen actually wins that race, but Eddie
Yeah.
Jordan is like, "Hey, FIA, you guys got this wrong. You need to calculate the race. Like the race was stopped short because of like the amount of rain or whatever. And you need to
Yeah.
calculate the result one lap before." And Giancarlo Fisichella, who was sort of in the car at that point leading the race, was like one lap before the race
Oh,
winner. Again, amazing race to sort of watch. So a total character, even on comms, he was like really outspoken, broke some really huge stories in Formula One, like Lewis Hamilton moving to Mercedes. That's a story that he broke.
Yes. Yeah.
as a journal. So yeah, it's a crying shame to lose him so fast to, I think, cancer is what it
Yeah.
was, but like a real character. And you know, these days, given the sort of sheen of Formula One and everything, like, you know, you're looking for those I just kind of imagine what his like the 98 season of Drive to Survive
Oh
would be
man.
with like following Eddie Jordan would
Oh
have been
god.
like so hilarious, you know. Yeah, but a big loss to Formula One, and his legacy lives on, obviously, in the team that we now know as Aston Martin.
Yes.
And you know, they paid a lovely tribute to him as well with the little
Yeah.
shamrock on
Yeah.
the side of the car. That was really sweet as well. And then Lance Stroll also then paid him tribute by
Come
scoring
on, the
points in the
tire
race.
whisperer.
So the tire whisperer. So yeah, R.I.P.
Yeah.
Eddie Jordan.
I don't think Lance Stroll fully knows also who Eddie Jordan is. He was just like he's like Air Jordans. Yeah, I'll race for Air
Air
Jordans, no
Jordan,
problem.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, we have a new member. Thank you, Mufid Khatib. Welcome to Sasta Stroll. You are now one of our
Sasta
sugar
Stroll.
daddies. Yes. Please whisper into the chat like Stroll whispers to his tires. What else did we have? So we've covered Alpine had a pretty bad day at the office again. Jack Doohan. That was a weirdly epic battle. Jack Doohan versus Isaac Hajar. Where Doohan just feel like, no, it's okay. I will stay. I will. I said track pe. Yeah, I'll be ahead on track. Like I don't care about the penalty. But it's just like two track pe mil, to turn 14 pe mil. It's just that.
But I feel like all of Duan's thing now, if you contextualize the sort of Flavio Briatore sort of bad cop on his shoulder, or the devil on his shoulder, sort of instigating him, everything like that Duan does on track, then if you contextualize with that, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, of course, he got to defend his position like a life offense on it, you know? Yeah.
I think Flavio must have been on the radio only.
Yeah. Usko jaya mat dena.
Yeah. Break the. Speaking of break the, Lando Norris and his long brake pedal.
Oh yeah.
Which kept getting longer.
Longer and longer.
It felt like, at some point he's going to be braking like Fred Flintstone in the car. Like literally uska pair zameen pe ja raha hai to stop the car. But very close, huh? What, 1.3 seconds by the end of it? Like you could see he was not braking, he was just lifting and coasting into everything.
Yeah. It was great. But props to McLaren to turn it around on Sunday.
Got the job done.
I feel like, got the job done. Even though once again, it was a good start from Lando though. Like the overtake around the outside for Russell. And then he had to overtake him again after the pit stops, which, both decisive moves. And then Piastri just looked flawless on Sunday. Like there wasn't like a...
No, right from the again, opening lap, right? When he just like shut Verstappen down. Shut him down.
Russell, yeah. Crazy.
Good job. And he's showing those... I think he's showing the instincts of a champion, for sure.
Both of them, I think, and it's going to be
again. I still feel Lando makes too many mistakes. Like he technically bottled both his qualies.
Yes,
did he
totally.
not?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, he didn't seem confident in the car.
So now again we have papaya rules or what?
Yeah.
How it will work?
It could come to it. Given how close these guys are matched and how they'll find themselves occupying similar tarmac all
100%.
Yeah. So then it's going to be a team management game as much as it is a, on track sort of thing. And that is just like, fodder for hilarity, team radio hilarity, and podcasts like ours. Smash that like button. Yeah.
Yes.
Another race like the last one where they ask him and then there's just this long silence before he says anything.
Exactly.
Lando, are you switching, Lando?
But next race is...
Pretty skating race for the rookies, by the way. Apart from Antonelli and Behrman, the last 4 drivers on the grid were all rookies.
Yeah,
it was all also,
Alonso first rookie to go out again.
No break. I have no break.
Yeah.
Totally.
And I love how Gasly is the first guy to say, "Hey, bye, ka brake is on fire."
Teacher.
Alonso brakes on fire.
Well, now that's also become a thing that they're like, let's report it so that they have to pit or they get like that orange and black flag.
Totally. Didn't Max report
The wing of
Charles as well?
McLaren.
Yeah, as well. Yeah. They're like, I
It's
mean,
just I love
you've
that
got
F1 is just the cutting edge of all technology, but also just the most base
Yes.
Yeah.
One
school
element of but
classroom.
miss.
Yeah, ma'am.
And
Ma'am,
ma'am,
point
what
for
you
point
get?
for his
Yeah.
plank was there, ma'am.
Yeah. But you've got to give it to the drivers. Some like they have such a high sense of awareness of every little thing that will give them a competitive advantage. Like anything. Like if there's like this 0.01% that will give them a competitive advantage, they're going to go for it. Like that's their number
100%,
one
yeah.
instinct. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So it's crazy. I remember 2016 season, there was this whole story about Nico Rosberg wanting like a different set of racing gloves with the on the left finger, which is where he was controlling the clutch for
A
the
little
clutch
bit of a
release
grip on
point.
it, yeah.
Yeah, so he wanted it to be as like sort of fine as possible so that he
Yeah.
like just even more than what they would normally do or whatever, so he would just get the better starts. Like
Yeah.
they will exploit the 0.01% of things to like get a competitive advantage. And like on track, the level of awareness है, इसका front wing निकल गया, इसका brakes are on fire. It's just
Yeah.
fucking crazy. Like it's nuts. Yeah.
But yeah, we got Suzuka coming up next. One of my
Yes.
favorite F1 tracks. Just so for me, it's just one of those tracks where I just enjoy watching quali on boards because that and
Superb.
Kota is so good to watch
Yeah.
quali on board. So,
Sector 1, both tracks. Yeah.
yeah, those
Yeah.
S's, and it's just such a great flowy track. You have a couple of decent overtaking opportunities. Like even that turn one is very like you can be very experimental with the lines you take to overtake, and
Totally.
it'll be interesting. What do we have any wild predictions? Because I think now it's going to become a thing because the only reels that do well on Instagram is of us getting all our predictions wrong.
Sounds about right.
Straight 500,000 in 2
Sounds
days
about
for no
right.
reason. And just
That sounds
everyone
about
being like,
right.
hey, ye log ko aata nahi hai. And just, which
Well,
nahi aata hai, which is why we do
Which
this.
is, yes, exactly.
I'll say
आता
it.
तो गाड़ी चलाते.
Exactly.
Yuki Tsunoda gets parachuted into the Red Bull.
Oh, are we
and
calling it?
Oh,
gets
wow.
a podium. At home.
Oh, wow.
Oh, straight up.
Yeah,
Oh,
straight
wow.
up.
This
Gets parachuted in.
Arjun is going for
and
1
we-
million this
Yeah.
time.
we-
Directly.
But
we find it.
but the plot twist is that Max
Yeah.
goes to RB because that's the stronger car.
Oh.
Then for that, I will give the counter prediction to Arjun's prediction. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Liam Lawson in the RB
Yeah.
outscores both
Whoa.
Max and
Both.
Yuki. But Hajar outscores Paul.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man,
Amazing.
man.
Amazing. What a race we are in store for, guys.
Oh, by the way, on the topic of
Yeah.
Max, did you guys hear that GP has a dog and he's named his dog Max?
What?
Yeah, and there's banter been going around. Finally, you have a Max that listens to you. So Max himself was like, he literally said, I told GP, finally you have a Max that's going to listen to what you say.
Oh, shit. That's
He's
crazy.
just like, I think at the end of the race, I'll just get one juicy bone if I get a podium. He's also cute.
And no,
only.
that is if he wins. If he doesn't, he has to walk home.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
he's left away, and then he has to walk home. So you get the
Yes.
full experience.
No kennel for you.
No kennel for you. Yeah.
Okay, so should I have a weird prediction? Okay, so I think all our predictions are linked to what happens to Red Bull and RB.
Red Bull. Yeah.
I'm gonna say Lawson gets his shit together and finishes 7th.
Oh, okay.
That's a pretty
Which is
wild.
seen as a victory.
Yeah.
Which is,
Yeah, I was just going to
taken as a
say,
victory.
yeah. He didn't fully get his shit together.
Yeah.
He sort of
Yeah.
piles it
Get some
in a
shit together.
relatively- Got
Yeah,
it.
A
Get
solid
some shit
B
together
minus.
and
Like,
wait. And Verstappen finishes 2nd, so he's like,
Second, yeah.
okay, whatever.
Yeah,
5 paces behind, that's the norm for how far
Yeah,
behind
yeah.
Verstappen you have to be.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
it'll
mean,
be
like, you don't have
interesting.
to pass college. You just be the first guy from his family to go to college.
Yeah.
Go to college. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, let's see. It's in a couple of weeks now. No, it's not.
No, not this
Yeah.
weekend.
Ah,
Yeah.
great.
But then it's a triple header on the back of that. So,
Yes.
yeah, a lot of action. And,
Massive.
I could see a lot of big swings in the championship.
Yeah.
you
Oh
know.
my God, it's
Yeah.
going to be wild with the timings for streaming these for the next month. Because yes, I will be in Australia for all of next month at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival. My shows are 8th to 20th. 3 of the shows are sold out of 12. Thank you so much. It's a amazing and pleasant change from last year, where literally I was running my own sound and lights and putting out my own chairs and sitting in chairs to see they're not broken every day.
Nice. Nice.
To finally having pre-sales and
Congratulations,
marketing
dude.
and all
Congratulations.
that. Yeah, thank
That's
you.
awesome.
And there's so many Indian comics in Melbourne to watch. Like if you are in Melbourne right
Anirban
now,
is there.
yeah, right now Rahul Subramanian is doing his tour over there. I mean, his shows over there. Anirban, Uruj, and me get there pretty much on the same day. And we are doing the 8th to 20th runs as well. We're also all going to be in Sydney around, I'm on the 24th. And everyone else is around the 24th, 25th, 26th as well. Daniel Fernandez also is coming. So if you're comedy fans in Australia, or if you know comedy fans in Australia, please tell them, because over there nobody comes and breaks down venue, irrespective of whatever you say. So yeah, please come. It will be nice. We'll be able to say what we want also for 1 month. Sorry, no comment. All right, fine. I was just talking about some parallel. Something happened. What in the news? I was just
I don't know.
generally paraphrasing.
I have no idea. I have no idea. I only read Grashobha. No idea.
All right. Cool, friends. Smash a like before leaving, and also if you are interested, and please take part in the SidePod GridMaster League. The more people take part, the more it's greater for our association with them as well, and everybody gets more monies in your prize pool. So check it out. We'll see you all post Japan. Where
Post the Japans.
We'll be celebrating either Liam Lawson 7th place or Liam Lawson a new car, whichever one. Let's see. Okay, cool. Smash a like before you leave, friends. Please subscribe if you are new to the SidePod. This has been the SidePod. We will be back hopefully with Sherry Shroff and non-AI generated videos of her as well.
Hopefully, yeah.
Hopefully.
None of this disgusting nonsense.
Do you have anything you need to plug, Rohan?
No, I just finished a set of shows. There's a bunch of other cities coming up, but I will be announcing that next week.
Amazing.
Like right now, venue confirmations are all in place, but yeah, multiple cities still left to do. So I will be announcing that, I think, closer to the end of next week.
Amazing.
And more shows. I will be at the Pune Comedy Festival.
Oh,
I will be at the Pune Comedy Festival on the 5th of April, I think.
Nice.
It's on the 5th and the 6th, and I will be there on the 5th.
Yes.
So I will see you there.
Okay, chalo. Thank you, friends. And wait, Mirchi Sit Science says, अपन एकदम तांबड़े रसे की तरह है, एकदम स्टार्ट में कुछ नहीं लगता, पर कुछ टाइम के बाद आगे पीछे सब जगह आगे आग. Okay. And on that note,
Super.
that was I mean, I think what you expressed was also how your super chat played out. It was by the end was ekdam aagi aag. Very nice. Okay, chalo. Take care, friends.
What else is left to say, really?
Aagi aag. Okay, and on that note, friends, I would just like to say thank you for watching the SidePod, and ciao.
Peace out. Bye.
Goodbye.